Welcome to question 3 on the Year 11 Core Progress Test 1. Now question 3 is about finding an estimate for the mean from the group frequency table. The table represents the test scores for Class A. The question is asking us to compare Class A with Class B. The mean score for Class B in the same test is 22. Dan says on average, Class A did better than Class B. Is he correct? You must show you're working out. So we need to try and find an estimate from the mean for the group frequency table. The first stage is to find the midpoints of each of the intervals, as even though we have 4 people, which is the frequency, have scored between 0 and 10, we don't know what values they've scored. So we need to take an average, so this will give us 5 as the midpoint. So now we look at the next one, so 10 to 20. So to find the midpoint, we add 10 and 20 up, and then divide by 2. So that's 30 divided by 2 is 15. Now we do the same for all the numbers. So this will give us the midpoint is 25, 35, and 45. Now that we've found the midpoints, we now need to do the frequency times the midpoint. So that's your frequency times the midpoint. So that's 4 multiplied by 5, which is 20. 8 multiplied by 15, which is 120. 9 multiplied by 25, which is 225. 3 multiplied by 35 is 105. And 1 multiplied by 45 is 45. The next stage is to work out the total amount of marks for Class A. So we need to add up the column of frequency multiplied by the midpoint. And we also need to work out the total for the total amount of people who have taken the test. So that's our total frequency. So we need to use our calculator to add the 2 columns up. So for our total frequency, it's 4 plus 8 plus 9 plus 3 plus 1, which gives us 25. So we know that 25 people have taken the test in Class A. So that's 25. We need to find the total amount of marks for Class A. So that's 20 plus 120 plus 225 plus 105 plus 45. So the total amount of marks was 515. Now, the average, the mean, is the total amount of marks divided by the total amount of people who have taken the test. So the mean for Class A is 515 divided by 25. So again, we need our calculator, and we need to do 515 divided by 25. Then again, this will give us a fraction. If we press SD, this will turn it into a decimal. So we can see it's 20.6. So the average mark for Class A is 20.6. And as 20.6 is less than 22, we can say that Dan is wrong. Make sure you write a little sentence explaining that he is wrong. Thank you for listening.